Well, yesterday, Fabrizio Romano came up and told us about Martin Zubimendi completing the paperwork that is going to bring him to Arsenal. Like pen was put to paper on the documents between Real Sociedad and the club of Arsenal. And now we have a story that Zubimendi is in London. And guess where he is? He's at Arsenal to see to it that he formalizes everything. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Kylian Mbappe is set to miss out on the game of football that's going to be played tomorrow by Real Madrid. Second game, remember, they do with Al Hilal in the first game, and all they need is a win in this particular fixture. Then we also have another story, Jobe Bellingham. His first game for Borussia Dortmund in the Club World Cup, playing a team from Africa, South Africa, that is Mamelodi Sundowns. He has gone ahead to really score a very beautiful goal, and he has also been named the man of the match. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now let's go with David Austin. He put out this story yesterday that Martin Zubimendi is in London to finalize his transfer to Arsenal. It's long been felt that this one was done and signed, and I went ahead to see very many people react onto different socials, that Martin Zubimendi is one of those that has gone ahead to not see himself come at Arsenal. And they were insinuating that Alonso had gone ahead to obviously make a call, and that call changed the mind of Martin Zubimendi. You understand? But facts we are getting in through from reliable sources indicate that Martin Zubimendi is in London to finalize the deal with the side of Arsenal. And obviously that was signed yesterday and the paperwork really got done and signed. Now, Jacobs Ben has told us today that Martin Zubimendi is in London to complete his move from Real Sociedad. Deal agreed in principle in May. Real Madrid never made a formal approach. Arsenal have been confident they would finalize the deal since January. And remember, Sammy McBall was the man responsible for breaking the story that Zubimendi is obviously going to be joining the side of Arsenal. And personal terms were agreed, and Edu was in the driving seat of the transfer. And now, guess who has gone ahead to accomplish it? It has been none other than Andre Bata. Andre Bata is really very important into the deal of this guy, because for him, he has seen him do all what he does in what we call the La Liga, because Andre Bata has been in La Liga for a decade, I think, and he has been at the side of Arsenal. He had been at La Liga for some time, and he saw this guy really do the needful. Now, Sammy McBall has told us that Martin Zubimendi, Spain international, has visited the training base in Hertfordshire with the formalities of the deal to come. So, him being in London, Martin Zubimendi also visited the training base of Arsenal. So that shows you to it that it's really very important that Martin Zubimendi has done the required input. And by the way, one thing that I'm really waiting for is what Zubimendi will obviously tell the press. One thing that will Zubimendi tell the press, because there are stories that came up and Zubimendi was like, I'm not coming at Arsenal. I was not in London doing a medical, So we're here waiting to see how that will obviously pan out. But he's a very good player, and as I've told you, Arsenal have gone ahead obviously get themselves a very good player. I think in the last 3 seasons, this guy has gone ahead to win 300 plus, interceptions, in the La Liga. And that shows you that if you're having Declan Rice, who is good at doing the interceptions, now you bring in blocks, Now you bring in a midfielder who is good at making interceptions. You know what you are really trying to bring. That means that midfield is obviously going to be complete. You understand? So we are waiting to understand when the medical is obviously going to be conducted, because that's really going to be very important into what we discuss about in the next video, and when this deal will be announced, and even what shirt number Martin Zubimendi is obviously going to be putting on. But it looks like the player wants to obviously start off immediately to join the side of Barcelona that has gone ahead to obviously put in a shift that most of you, the preseason of Arsenal, the guy wants to obviously start off with the preseason for the club of Arsenal. So that's what you're really getting in through from Martin Zubimendi. He's in London, and I know during this time, that's when the medical should be done. And I think Arsenal might want to obviously announce this deal towards the start of their preseason, because they know what it means. It's like a hype, and Arsenal is really doing very, very, very well about it. Then Kylian Mbappe did not travel, or will not travel to Charlotte for the match against Pachuca. His condition has improved somehow, but he remains weak and is training at Real Madrid's hotel in Palm Beach. That is it. Even his manager, known as Xabi Alonso, came up and told us that Mbappe is now at the hotel again. He left the hospital, so we will see. I think his participation in Sunday's game will be difficult. We hope we can count on him for the next game. So, the game against Pachuca, the guy is known obviously gonna be really representing. That is what you're talking about. You're talking about a guy known as Kylian Mbappe. And Mbappe is really out of action for the second time in a row, because he went ahead to miss out on action in the first game they played against Al Hilal. And I think his name would have gone ahead to be very, very important into Real Madrid getting those 3 points. And you worry a little bit when Madrid is obviously going to be playing against Pachuca and they're not having their main man. I know Vini is one of those that can obviously come up and really cause havoc, but this time around, I tell you, looks like Mbappe would have gone ahead to be very crucial, because he's that one man that can really carry that team on his shoulders and gets a goal that would have gone ahead, obviously, seen the side of Real Madrid win. Remember, they even got a penalty in the 9 minutes, and I think it was it Valverde went ahead, obviously, and missed that penalty. And ask yourself, would Mbappe have gone ahead to miss that penalty? Maybe would have gone ahead to score that goal, and the winner would have gone ahead to stand to give them 3 points. But they are playing Pachuca, that is tomorrow. That is the side of Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe is out. And I think even Rudiger is also out, but they're all expected to return in the next game. You understand? In the next game that they're said to be playing, is it going to be against Dortmund? They're obviously going to be doing the needful into that game. They're expected to return and really take Real Madrid to the next level. Now, Jobe Bellingham today has been part of the team of Borussia Dortmund, and they've been playing against Mamelodi Sundowns. And Jobe Bellingham was played as a number 10 into the system, and guess what went ahead to happen? He really put in a very beautiful performance in there, and he really scored a very, very beautiful goal. And he was named the man of the match, and he scored on his debut. And after winning the man of the match, he said the goal is a nice bonus. I'm happy that we won, but there are still many things to improve, both for me personally. Obviously, there are very many things for him to improve. Why? As a side of Dortmund, they played against Mamelodi, and this is how it really started. Lucas Costa went ahead to score in the 11th minute. Then Felix Mencha went ahead to level the game. Then he went ahead to score. Guirassy made it 2-1 for Borussia Dortmund in the 34th minute. And then Jobe Bellingham, 45th minute, made it made it 3. Then Raniez in the 62nd minute made it 2 for Mamelodi, and that was 3-2. Then Kuluso Mhadu went ahead to score an own goal in the 59th minute, and then Leho Motiba went ahead to do the needful. So he scored the 3rd goal as he went to half time, and it really looked good for the player in his caliber. And for Ugandans watching in, they will obviously ask, did the man himself, known as Onyango, really start in goal? No, he was on the bench and he never really featured. But having a player represent to that level is really very important. And we have to give him his flowers, because it doesn't come that easy to obviously clinch that level of playing at the FIFA Club World Cup, especially this tournament. It shows you how long he has been there at the top stage of the game, and you respect him for that. So guys, we call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Zubimendi in London, to complete Arsenal move, confirmed. And then what are your thoughts about Mbappe missing out on the game against Pachuca tomorrow? Will it make sense for these people? And secondly, we call upon for your thoughts about a player known as Jobe Bellingham scoring on his debut for Dortmund in the FIFA Club World Cup. So we out. See you later. One more video is coming. Don't go any further. Continue to subscribe if you're watching us for the very first time, and continue to get us the best that you really want. Bye bye.